Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Smackdown live review for September 24th, 2019 review. Gotta say that this show did not provide a lot of enjoyment as it did last week. As you guys can notice, I have somewhat changed the way I have the camera. I actually have it sitting on top of my computer while I'm staring directly at you and being able to see the information that's on the computer. A little touch there. If you guys do see a glare on my glasses, that is from the computer screen, so I do apologize if you can't really see my eyes so well. That's because of my glasses having that glare, so I do apologize about that. I will try my best to get the glare out of my glasses so you guys can at least see my eyeballs. If it doesn't bother you so much, okay, great. Let's go into this show. This show did not really have much to offer. It was pretty much a dead show after the Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns segment. So let's go into things, shall we? First thing was first. We had Eric Rowan come out wearing a Kill Switch Engaged t-shirt, which actually was kind of interesting. He gets on the mic and says the video package was a work of art, and he works in Annihilation. But he's not an artist, he's a creator, and he created violence that commands respect. But we don't respect him, we see him as a less than human. But might makes right, and it doesn't matter where you are or what side you are on. What matters is if you can destroy and dominate and that makes you right. Yeah. Okay, sure, whatever. So Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan know he's right, and that's why they are afraid. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. Daniel Bryan enters into the ring. He challenges Eric Rowan. This matchup was a long one, actually the longest one on the entire card tonight. They got a lot of airtime. Eric Rowan is displaying a lot of great wrestling. He is actually looking like a dominant performer. I like that he sounds more natural. He doesn't sound like a sideshow clown. And Luke Harper is more like his sidekick than him being Luke Harper's sidekick. So I kind of like that. That looks very good. Making him look like the leader of the team and giving reason for him to be displayed the way they're displaying him. There was a segment, portion or spot, you could say, that occurred during this matchup, and it was Daniel Bryan's foot getting caught to the ropes, and we pretty much had his legs get caught in the ropes, where he ends up getting a claw hold applied and then basically almost slammed through the mat, but the back end of his skull hit the mat. Hopefully he's okay. I'm pretty sure he is. And he ended up being pretty much out of the picture here throughout most of the match at the end. And his leg got caught to the bottom, to the ropes, tangled up, and then he was just slammed right through the mat again with a second claw hold, and Eric Rowan gets the win. Luke Harper did happen to make an appearance in this matchup and cause Daniel Bryan to lose this match altogether. So nothing really to cry home here outside of the action that occurred in this matchup. It was a really good matchup. Roman Reigns does come down to the ring to save the day, hitting Superman punch on Luke Harper, but Rowan cuts him down. They take him over to the announce table and beat him down as Bryan recovers and rejoins the fight. Luke throws Daniel Bryan back inside. He ducks a discus lariat, and Buzaka knee takes the big rig out. Eric back inside, Iron Claw applied. The big dog cuts him down with a spear. Reigns offers Bryan a hand up, but the American Dragon swats it away and grabs a microphone. This is all off of Cage Side Seats, by the way, guys. He says all he wants is one word answer, and he asks the crowd if they want to see him and Roman Reigns kick the disrespectful asses, and the answer, of course, is yes from the crowd. So we get pretty much a hype up that Carmella and Charlotte Flair were going to team up against the Boss and Hug connection of Bayley and Sasha Banks. We also get a glimpse into the package video of Brock Lesnar. Kofi Kingston sits down with Michael Cole, reflecting on his match next week that he's going to be defending the title against Brock Lesnar. He does provide a lot of credit to Brock Lesnar as being the Beast, stating, hey, he is the Beast. There's a lot of competitors that he's faced over the course of this year that are very successful former contenders and former champions that he is very proud to add to the list of people he's defeated, and he would like to add Brock Lesnar to that list of people, which I think they should have added in here that, you know, Brock Lesnar is probably the biggest threat to my championship, and for me to actually win this matchup would mean the world to me. It would be the biggest win of all time, probably bigger than me beating Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I think that would have been a great thing to add in here, which they did not. Granted, I mean, Brock Lesnar is one of the biggest opponents he's ever faced in his time as champion. So Brock Lesnar is definitely believable to take this title from him with no problem. I mean, anyone thinks that he's going to lose to fucking Kofi Kingston's a freaking idiot. Bottom line. So we get back, we get a commercial break, we go over the Gable and Corbin issue. Gable gets cut down to size some more about small midget jokes, and Mike Kanellis comes out to defend his honor of his pregnant wife, which I still don't understand what we're doing with that. Is this was that all just a ruse, and Maria Kanellis was just trying to insult Mike Kanellis in the situation of using Rusev as being the father of Maria Kanellis' kid, or was this actually a legit storyline that they were pursuing to continue with? I have no idea. It makes no sense. And Chad Gable gets the win with the ankle lock and walks away victorious in less than a minute or two. So, I mean, the whole thing was retarded. Elias comes out on the Titantron, and he pretty much makes a statement about how he's small. He makes a really good song, actually, as weird as that sounds, and uses a quote from Randy Newman that short people shouldn't have no reason to live. All right, well, that's great. I'm 5'6", and that kind of really comes on the wrong way to me, at least. I don't know how that would come off to somebody else who's around my height, but that's pretty fucking stupid. We get Charlotte Flair backstage trying to get Carmella. R-Truth is talking rambling bullshit that makes absolutely no sense. As usual, that's what he does. So we move forward to the Bayley-Sasha Banks match, which I did not get to see the entire matchup. Sure, it was a decent, okay match. I mean, I don't know, but I was kind of busy doing something that dealt with my banking account. I was having a bit of a dispute with that, so I was speaking to customer service on that, so I kind of missed what was going on during the match. I did see at the end that Becky Lynch was coming out to the ring and had somewhat of an interference. But I do notice here on the results off of Cage Side Seats that Sasha Banks got the win by submission with the crossface on Carmella. Okay, so she eats the loss. That's very reasonable. I'm pretty certain that would definitely play into what we're trying to get here. After the match, with the 24/7 rules back in place, the women's locker room empties and R-Truth carries her friend his friend to safety. Flair fighting Bayley and Sasha Banks 2-on-1. Banks gets the lung blower. Becky Lynch makes the save. Sasha bails. Bayley sticks around, and Becky destroys both of them. Explorer suplex to send Bayley out and disarm her on Banks, but the hugger saves her pal. And then we go to commercial break at that point. Wow, big whoop-de-doo. I really missed a lot there, let me tell you. Sami Zayn cuts a promo before introducing his guy Shinsuke Nakamura. This whole combination between Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. I don't understand this worth the life of me. Why these two are together, outside of just giving Sami Zayn a reason to even be on this fucking show, for God's sakes. This is an absolute travesty and a joke. I don't get it. I think it's a joke. So Mustafa Ali faces Shinsuke Nakamura. The matchup was pretty decent all around, but it then ends up with Sami Zayn interfering, causing Mustafa Ali being a dumbass, being distracted, and he loses to the Shinsuke Nakamura with a Kinshasa. And that's pretty much the match itself there. After that, we had a New Day facing the B Team again. The B Team, I don't know if they faced somebody else yesterday or last week, but they lost by midnight hour. Bo Dallas takes the pinfall and loses to the New Day. Big whoop, nothing there. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Fire and Desire. What a fucking piece of shit name for a team. And then the Kabuki Warriors, which is even worse. Asuka and Kairi Sane. Holy shit, do these two women actually work for this company still? I wouldn't know, because I haven't seen them on fucking television or even on the WWE Network for the month-old replays that they allow you to watch from Raw and SmackDown. I wouldn't even know they still worked for the company, but all of a sudden, I see them on this episode, and they looked pretty decent. The matchup was meaningless. It meant nothing to me. They're supposedly the announcers, posing that this match is these two are Asuka and Kairi Sane should be in the thick of things of competing for the worthless tag team titles in the women's division. Wow, who fucking cares? I mean, if they were to win the tag team titles, they could bring some legitimacy to the tag team division and the women's division. Not to mention, it'll give them both something to do, and they're both former NXT Women's Champions. That would be a very neat and intelligent idea to do, but will WWE execute on that? Probably not, because they're fucking retards. We then finish out the show with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, and then also with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. They go on and on about Shane McMahon overlooking the whole entire thing of the lawsuit that was filed to Shane McMahon by Kevin Owens, and he finds it completely ridiculous, so he throws an ultimatum at him, and he says, okay, how about we do this? Instead of you being placed through the lawsuit with me, which I'm going to manage to drag out because I have a lot more money than you, and you're going to lose out on a lot of money with no job, how about I get rid of the whole $100,000 fine that I put on you, and also I hire you back. You don't. We start things over on a clean slate, and that's it. And Kevin Owens counters back, and he says, "How about you kiss my ass? You're a fucking dumbass. This had nothing to do with money at all. And how about this for an ultimatum? If you and I have a match, I win, you're gone. If I lose, I'm gone, and the lawsuit is dropped altogether." Because this wasn't about a lawsuit. This was about trying to get Shane in the middle of a match. So, he says, we're going to have this match, but it's not going to be any kind of regular match. I'm like, oh God, are we going to see another Hell in a Cell between these two guys? Not to mention we already have two Hell in a Cells, both for a world championship. Now we're going to get a fucking third Hell in a Cell with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. Thankfully, we did not get that. We got this match being announced as a ladder match inside of a briefcase for the contract for whoever actually wins the match. Now, this match, I really don't feel needs to be on a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view match. The reason why I say that is because you're talking about Hell in a Cell. Where are they going to fit a ladder match in here with the little string that goes down from the top of the ceiling down nearby the ring so that they can climb up the ladder and grab the briefcase? I think this would be a great opportunity. We've already seen these guys compete on a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view with their rivalry 2 years ago. I think in this situation, this needs to be on Smackdown. Live on Smackdown on the Fox episode for the first time ever next week. I don't think that this match deserves to be on Hell in a Cell. This match needs to be on the very first episode of SmackDown Live on Fox. I think we've never seen a ladder match in a while outside the women's ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase I think it was 2 years ago or last year, some bullshit like that, whatever. But this time around, we need to see a legitimate ladder match that matters. This ladder match means something. This ladder match has been built up. Not properly, but at least we've gotten something of some kind of purpose and reason for this to be going on. And that I appreciate that what they've tried to do. They've kind of revisited back what they should have done earlier in the summer for SummerSlam, but now they're bringing it back to this point where both careers are on the line, which I appreciate them doing, because the last match they had at SummerSlam was just fucking retarded. So they kind of just reverted back to what they should have done at SummerSlam last month, which will be soon about 2 months from that point once we get to October 6th. I don't know if this match is on Hell in a Cell. I don't know if this is going to happen on the first ever Fox SmackDown episode. I hope it's on the Fox SmackDown episode. I think that would be a great idea. So that's just my opinions on it. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I'll get back to you on your comments and respond back to them. Becky Lynch, of course, had an interview after this agreement was made between Shane and Kevin Owens. Becky Lynch was interviewed backstage and says that Sasha Banks better hope Hell in a Cell gives her an advantage, because without an advantage, hold on. Without an advantage, she's not going to really have a great opportunity to win the match, and then she's blindsided by Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks goes ahead and continues to provide a full-on assault to her, and she basically beats the living shit out of her, and that's how the show closes out, with a less than 2 minute beatdown by Sasha Banks on Becky Lynch. Did I enjoy this show? Not really. This show was not all exactly exciting. Mustafa Ali had a moment that could have taken him and moved him into a better position in most cases, and instead they just blew their opportunity with him. So right now, at this point, outside of some storyline build with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan against Eric Rowan and Luke Harper and Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, this whole show has been a complete waste of everybody's time. That's pretty much the overall gist I'm getting from it. Now, I'm not going to waste your time repeating myself over and over again like I've done the last couple of videos that I've done. Nor am I going to extend this for another 30 fucking minutes and just repeat myself like a fucking dope. Basically, I'm going to go on to say this. This show needs a lot of work, but is it better than Monday Night Raw? Absolutely, because at least we have some storyline progression that actually means something, and it doesn't repeat itself like The Fiend and Seth Rollins' storyline is doing. So that's just how I feel about that. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great night, guys. Bye.